final transfer spot to tonight's 250 main event. Right now, though, on this young man's mind, Ricky Carmichael, they call him a star of the future, but he's much more than that here in Pontiac, Michigan. The fans go wild when they see this young man on the track. And the reason? Well, he's got a 49-point lead in the Suzuki point standings. That means that all he needs is 1 point tonight to be crowned 125 East champion. Robbie Raynard in second, Sellards, Lytle, and Neese rounding out the top 5, but David Bailey. More history for Mitch Payton and his pro circuit crew, headlined by Ricky Carmichael tonight.
Well, this man right here has brought up so many 125 champions, only to lose them to the big factory teams, and he's got to be proud of what he's built over there at pro circuit. And Carmichael is his latest guy, putting money in his pocket.
So Ricky Carmichael right now needs only the 1 point to clinch his first pro Supercross plate. He's proud of his season.
This year has gone, excellent for me. Totally different rider, Supercross, a lot smarter, smoother. My speed was there last year, and my speed's here this year. And, I'm proud of myself that I could be smart and, and capitalize on the things I did wrong last year. And I think that, doing good in Supercross is going to help my momentum, in the drive going in the outdoors. I have nothing but, good confidence, and this year's been great.
Ricky Carmichael heads back to the starting gate as we take a look at the Suzuki starting grid now and all the riders that have made the 125 main event. Ricky's pretty much just dominated, well, he has dominated this entire field on the 125 East and winning every race so far. Never before in 125 Eastern history has a rider won 7 in a row to start the season. And if RC wins tonight, he would break Damon Huffman's 125 West and his own 125 East record of 6 straight wins to start a season.
Starts have been tough for him, though, Art. You see him right here just one last time trying to get a start.
Chad Watts. Let's check in if Chad has much to say to his rider. Usually he's very precise and doesn't use very many words.
He was just having a word there with Johnny O'Mara. Here comes Ricky. We'll see if they have a chat.
Okay, buddy. Let's go on the start. Go out there and ride your own race. Race the track like any other race. Have fun. Come out champion.
Have fun and come out a champion for the young man from Florida, Ricky Carmichael. It's possible for him to break all the existing 125 seasonal win marks, which includes Doug Henry's consecutive win streak in 1993 of 7 in a row. Here's Robbie Raynard, the big contender.
He's lined up all the way to the inside, too, Art. A little bit of a gamble there. He's going to try to tuck it around the inside.
Robbie, who had a very disappointing race in the last matchup at St. Louis, a crash, casing a triple in the first lap, did not finish that race, and thus did not score any points, ending up in 21st.
That's very unfortunate, but I did like to see the fact that he was trying. He tried to go right out there and attack Carmichael in the beginning. That's what you got to do.
He has 4 seconds on the season. Forward to sideways. We're ready to go for the 125 main event from Pontiac, Michigan. Once again, Carmichael now is in the second tier, but he's on the inside. Good positioning.
Right behind Raynard. You saw him get over there and get his leg out and protect. Make sure nobody got to the inside of him.
Whoa, the best start of the season for Casey Lytle, number 33, Honda of Troy rider. Right behind him is Brock Sellers. Brock, he'd like to move up from 3rd to 2nd place in the point standings with Robbie Raynard behind him.
Well, this couldn't have taken off much better. Have these young kids that are trying to work their way up and challenge Carmichael out with the lead right now, and Carmichael and Raynard in a battle behind him. That'll let them have a little bit of a breather for a lap or two, I would imagine.
It sure will, because Lytle has had 2 bad races in a row after a pretty doggone good start. A 14th place in his last race. Has got a good shot at a podium finish. He had his only podium of the season in the opening race of the year, a 3rd. And look at the battle here. Ricky Carmichael just looks at him in the eye and goes right by him.
Yeah, well, he set that up by squaring the corner before the finish line, squared the one right after it, and Raynard made a small mistake exiting the corner. Carmichael looked over just to make sure they didn't hit. I would imagine. I don't think he would have tried to do that on purpose.
Ricky Carmichael now has got his eyes set on Brock Sellards in second place. And Chad Watson, just flow with it. Go with the racetrack. Race the track, not whoever's out in front of you.
Focus on your own race. Sometimes you get sort of hypnotized into doing what the guys in front of you are doing. And you don't ride your potential. He just wants him to focus on going as fast as Carmichael can go. And so far this year, that's been faster than everybody else.
Well, especially when Ricky only needs 1 point. You know, you don't want to risk anything. Going down.
Watch this line. He goes out wide to try to get a little different run. Got to be careful, though, because Raynard's still right there.
And Raynard is so hungry for a win. Oh, they almost touch.
Now Raynard's starting to work on Carmichael a little bit.
Oh, Carmichael goes down.
Now we got a race.
He comes back out of it in 5th position with a bar-to-bar situation now with Paul Curry.
Well, this reminds me of how Hanna used to be. He'd go down, get the crowd into it, because they know he's got the potential to get back up there. Watch right here. He goes for the inside. Raynard goes wide, tries to set something up. Sticks that front wheel right into that rut, because he got hung up on that tough box as well.
Yeah, it's tougher than he thought, maybe,
yeah,
huh?
But he jumped back on the bike, didn't lose a position other than to Raynard. Wasn't even on it still. He was already going. That's what Hanna used to do.
He's in 4th place, but he's 9 seconds behind the leader, and that leader was Casey Lytle.
All over the place. That's a tricky section right there. We've talked about how technical it is here tonight. Starting to take its toll already. Now, what an opportunity for Raynard, keeping the pressure on Carmichael.
This has been a big learning year for both those riders that are out in front of Robbie Raynard. And they've pretty much been rivals all season long, looking for that 2nd, 3rd, 4th place finishes in the point standings. The 125 main event from the Silverdome. Lytle, Sellards, Raynard, Carmichael, and Goodman on the Suzuki leaderboard. We'll be right back as the checkers will fly and a championship will be awarded. Right here is Raynard, battling it out now with number 33. That's Casey Lytle for the lead. Raynard to the inside, and Raynard goes off the track. Here comes Carmichael, number 6. Out in front is Casey Lytle. Carmichael now moving into 2nd place.
This crowd absolutely loves this kid. I can't remember a crowd being so much for a rider, so excited. They watch every move he makes. Same thing they used to do for Bob Hanna when he first came into the sport. They loved him.
Look at another one now. Raynard, number 21.